Ebola virus disease, EVD, is a deadly disease with occasional outbreaks that occur mostly on the African continent. EVD most commonly affects people and non-human primates such as monkeys, gorillas, and chimpanzees. It is caused by an infection with a group of viruses within the genus Ebola virus. Ebola virus species Zaire, Ebola virus Sudan virus species Sudan, Ebola virus Thai forest virus species Thai forest, Ebola virus formerly Côte d'Ivoire, Ebola virus Bundibugyo virus species Bundibugyo, Ebola virus Reston virus species Reston, Ebola virus Bombali virus species Bombali, Ebola virus. Of these, only 4, Ebola, Sudan, Thai forest, and Bundibugyo viruses, have caused disease in people. Symptoms may appear anywhere from 2 to 21 days after contact with the virus, with an average of 8 to 10 days. The course of the illness typically progresses from dry symptoms initially, such as fever, aches and pains, and fatigue, and then progresses to wet symptoms, such as diarrhea and vomiting, as the person becomes sicker. Primary signs and symptoms of Ebola often include some or several of the following: fever, aches and pains, such as severe headache and muscle and joint pain, weakness and fatigue, sore throat, loss of appetite, gastrointestinal symptoms including abdominal pain, diarrhea, and vomiting, unexplained hemorrhaging, bleeding or bruising. Other symptoms may include red eyes, skin rash, and hiccups, late stage. Healthcare workers can prevent infection by wearing masks, gloves, and goggles whenever they come into contact with people who may have Ebola. There's a vaccine to prevent Ebola, but RVSVZEBOV only treats the Zaire strain of the virus. The best way to avoid catching the disease is by not traveling to areas where the virus is found. If you are in areas where Ebola is present, avoid contact with bats, monkeys, chimpanzees, and gorillas, since these animals spread Ebola to people. You may be able to get the vaccine from the World Health Organization. Ebola virus can be detected in blood after onset of symptoms. It may take up to 3 days after symptoms start for the virus to reach detectable levels. Polymerase chain reaction (PCR) is one of the most commonly used diagnostic methods because of its ability to detect low levels of Ebola virus. Whether or not other treatments are available, basic interventions can significantly improve chances of survival when provided early. These are referred to as supportive care, and include providing fluids and electrolytes, body salts, orally or through infusion into the vein, intravenously. Using medication to support blood pressure, reduce vomiting and diarrhea, and to manage fever and pain. Treating other infections, if they occur. Disclaimer: the mention of any Pro. On the 23rd of April 2022, health authorities in the Democratic Republic of the Congo declared an outbreak of Ebola after a case was confirmed in Mbandaka, a city in the northwestern Equator province. This was the third outbreak in the province since 2018. Ebola virus disease, EVD, formerly known as Ebola hemorrhagic fever, is a rare but severe, often fatal illness in humans. The virus is transmitted to people from wild animals and spreads in the human population through human-to-human transmission. The average EVD case fatality rate is around 50%. Case fatality rates have varied from 25% to 90% in past outbreaks. Community engagement is key to successfully controlling outbreaks. Good outbreak control relies on applying a package of interventions, namely case management, infection prevention and control practices, surveillance and contact tracing, a good laboratory service, safe and dignified burials, and social mobilization. Outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo (DRC), UNICEF and its partners have reached more than 300,000 people with life-saving information about how to avoid contracting the deadly virus, as part of an ongoing awareness-raising campaign targeting more than 800,000 people across the affected areas.